How is everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a topic that I've been talking about for the past, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 years, but more so in the past few weeks, maybe a couple months, ever since the whole Kanye situation has broke, along with other stories. Now, the Kanye thing, people treated him like garbage. The mainstream media, his own so-called friends, and people that were around him previously said he's in a sunken place. He's lost. He's imbalanced. He's crazy. He needs his meds. F him and F Trump. And I said on my Facebook page and social media and videos everywhere that this is how you get treated when you're a black person coming out and supporting Trump, supporting anything that goes against what the average black person says. Not even just Trump himself, but anything that's different aside from what the average black person thinks or says. That's what happens. And I'm proving my point right here. When I said this, many people agreed with me, but many people didn't. They said I was exaggerating. I was using an extreme example, all this, that, and the third. But here we are yet again. You see the headline on the screen before you. It says Black Trump supporter attacked at Cheesecake Factory over Make America Great Again hat. Says the report. And you see the Make America Great Again hat right here. This little hat has people triggered from coast to coast, but it's not really that serious. And you see the subhead underneath the picture. It says Eugenior Joseph, 22, claims he was verbally attacked and discriminated against at the Dadeland Mall location of the Cheesecake Factory over his Make America Great Again hat. And the article reads, the Cheesecake Factory is investigating an incident at one of their Miami locations after a black customer claims he was verbally attacked by staff over his Make America Great Again hat. The Daily Wire reports Eugenior Joseph, 22. And before I continue, his name sounds Haitian. I don't know if he's Haitian or not, but his name sounds Haitian. If he is Haitian, why would he support Hillary Clinton? We all know what Hillary Clinton and her brother, Tony Rodham, did to Haiti. The fake gold mine, all the money that was given to Haiti after the very unfortunate earthquake. Where did that money go? How much of it did Hillary Clinton and her goon squad steal? Also, Bill Clinton. Trump never did anything like that. Trump has always been a friend to the black community up until he ran for president and became a conservative, at least like publicly. He was always been the same person, in my humble opinion, but because he is a Republican and he aligns with that party, that makes him somehow a different person, that makes him the enemy of the black community. Now, I don't know if the people that assaulted him or attacked him here at this particular Cheesecake Factory were black, but I'm pretty sure if they weren't black, they were Hispanic. We're talking about South Florida, and we're talking about those who were triggered and offended to the point where they want to threaten them over his hat. But I digress. Let's get back to the article. Eugenior Joseph, 22, was reportedly dining with his girlfriend's family at the Dadeland Mall location of the restaurant on Mother's Day. His Make America Great Again hat allegedly drew the attention of a female staff member who gathered her co-workers to confront him, a witness told the site. The witness further claims about a dozen of those employees circled his table, pointing fingers. So now you want to gang up on that guy because of his hat. Where's the logical and reasonable thinking? If a person comes in wearing a hat you have questions of or you disagree with, why not just engage in an actual civil debate? Why not ask, hey, why are you wearing that? So are you a Trump support? I wouldn't even do all that personally, but if you're going to do something, if you're going to confront somebody, why does it got to be violence right away? And we wonder why we got problems in the black community, because every conflict that we engage in is met with violence right away, rather than just having a logical, reasonable, and calm conversation. But I digress. Quote, so then all the employees started standing there saying things out loud like, I'm going to knock his head in so hard, his hat's going to come off, the source said. Other witnesses for the Daily Wire say some employees used the N-word in reference to Joseph when speaking among themselves, while another brandished his fist. Now, you know they're using the N word, they're probably black. That's probably what's going on. Even the white racist liberals won't go as far as to say the N word usually. I think they're getting more brazen nowadays, but usually that's not how they do. Joseph himself told the Daily Wire that one employee stood behind him, balling his fist, smacking his fist, trying to scare me. At one point, Joseph claims he and his girlfriend got up to use the restroom, and upon exiting were greeted by employees who were clapping and yelling and just screaming things at me. The kitchen staff also allegedly booed him as he walked by. Now, I mean, what's going on with customer service? Like, I'm in there, I'm paying money, right? I'm a paying customer. I'm in here on my girlfriend's family and my girlfriend on Mother's Day, and you want to sit there, boo me, threaten me, yell stuff at me, use racial slurs. I mean, come on. But I'm to believe that the so-called white conservative, the so-called white racist in the South is the racist. I'm in here in Tennessee. I'm in the South. I'm like right by Georgia. I'm out here doing things. I've never had any kind of racist encounter. I didn't have it when I was in Virginia with white people. I don't have it here. And I didn't have it in West Virginia either when I would go visit there and see my family out there. And I just don't see the racism that the left claims from the so-called white conservative or white Southerner or whatever. However, you see it all the time with black folks, with certain Hispanics, and also with your white liberals all the time. And I say black folks, and I don't say black liberals, is because most of us are unfortunately black liberals. Many of us aren't, and I thank God for you guys out there who aren't black liberals, but too many of us fall into this category, which is why my man can't go out there in peace. Obviously, he is not a black liberal, but he gets attacked by the 95% who are. But again, I digress. Joseph and his girlfriend's family eventually left the restaurant only to run into police waiting outside, the report says. It is unclear who called the police to the restaurant. Witnesses say the officers did not file any charges against the restaurant or employees. The Daily Wire claims to have viewed the footage and photographs that confirm witness reports. The site also says the footage shows one young girl crying inside the restaurant, as well as Joseph's girlfriend's family speaking with multiple police officers who arrived at the restaurant. The Cheesecake Factory has since released a statement regarding the incident. Quote, "No guest should ever feel unwelcomed in one of our restaurants, and we are taking this matter very seriously," reads a statement obtained by the Daily Wire. Upon learning of this incident, we immediately apologize to the guests in person. We are conducting an investigation and will take the appropriate corrective action. Now, let's see what actually happens as a result of that. They should fire everybody in there that was, booing, threatening, because really, once you surround somebody's table and you doing stuff like this, menacing gestures, that could be considered a crime right there. That could be considered assault. You didn't actually touch somebody. That's battery, but the threatening, that stuff right there, that's assault. And, the menacing, surrounding, like you about to get beat up, like you about to get in a fight, that's also assault. So I think the whole staff should be fired because of that. Because it doesn't matter what you think about somebody and their political viewpoint. They're sitting there with their hat on, minding their own business, they're eating their food. You have no right to go over to them and do anything outside the ordinary, period. That's how that goes. News of the Miami incident follows similar allegations of patrons at dining or drinking establishments facing harassment over their MAGA hats. In January 2017, Philadelphia native Greg Patak claims he was refused service and removed from a New York City bar for wearing his MAGA hat. Meanwhile, the bar, called the Happiest Hour, maintained that Patak was never removed from the establishment and actually left a $36 tip upon leaving of his own accord, which doesn't make it, he left a tip just trying to be nice. The waitress or waiter may have been nice, but the patrons may not have been. He just left because he was getting threatened to the point where it didn't make any sense for him to stay. Just like the same thing happened here in Miami. My man that was getting threatened left with his girlfriend and her family. That does not mean that was really on their own accord. If they were to stay, they would continue to take abuse from the staff that was there. A judge in Manhattan later ruled that the bar would be within its right to refuse service based on political differences, as a law does not protect against such discrimination. Now, if you are going to say that the law does not protect against such discrimination, then you should be able to discriminate based on race too. I mean, how was a political affiliation that much different? Religion as well. You should be able to do whatever you want. So if I'm Hobby Lobby, if I'm a Christian bakery, I should be able to discriminate against people that don't align with my point of view. If I'm Hobby Lobby, I should be able to say I don't want to provide abortifacient medication to my employees because that goes against, our religious point of view. If I'm a Christian bakery, I should be able to say I don't want to bake that lesbian wedding cake. I don't want to be involved at all. I just don't want to do it. You should be able to choose what you want to do and what you don't want to do. You should also be able to discriminate based on race. And what the result of that should be is a free market will come in and say, okay, we don't want to patronize your establishment because you discriminate based on race. In the case of the situation in Miami, the guy was basically, being harassed. They were assaulting him. This is not how you treat people that are paying in your restaurant. If you don't want them there, and because of the hat, just say it right off top. Just have that be your policy. Nobody with MAGA hats in. Okay, if that's what you want to do, then nobody will go to the Cheesecake Factory anymore. Now, I don't want to put this on the Cheesecake Factory specifically because I've been there before. I never had any problems. It probably was just this particular location and those particular employees. What should happen is you got to fire that whole staff that did that, or you need to just have a sign outside that says no Trump supporters, and then have the Cheesecake Factory deal with you. Because if you are a franchise location and they find that out, you're going to get shut down. So let the free market take place and have that be that. Let the law come in and enforce laws that are against assault, that are against threatening and intimidation, and have that be the case. Aside from that, I'm pretty much done with the story. So shout out to my man Eugenior Joseph for being very brave to wear his MAGA hat out here in the public. We know how crazy it is out here in the street. I don't even own hats. I may just get a MAGA hat to be in solidarity with him and many others who have been threatened or assaulted. I'm the kind of guy that you're really not going to run up on and just threaten like that. I'm not some kind of big tough guy, but I'm a pretty big person, so people are not really going to do that to me. I just want to send a message that you just can't run up on people and do that. That's not okay. It's not right. I wouldn't do it to anybody because of their political affiliation. If I disagree with you, I want to have a talk. I want to sit down at the table and I want to have a discussion. Where do we agree? Where do we disagree? Let's be able to build based on that and have that be that. So what do you think? Is this the commonplace thing in the black community that we have to deal with, being threatened with assault, with abuse or whatever because of our MAGA hats? How do you feel we should go about this going forward? Do you think that the Cheesecake Factory as a franchise, like as the whole place, should be responsible, or just as one location? What would you do to the employees that did that to him? Like I said, we should just have the law come in. If you're talking about surrounding somebody's table, threatening people, in my opinion, that's assault. He didn't get touched. That would be battery. But the threatening, that's when you get into a whole different thing. I don't have too much more to say. One more time, shout out to Eugenior Joseph, and shout out to all of you out there who dare to step off the Democratic plantation and think for yourself. You are the modern day Renaissance people. So whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.